of chemists and also chemical technicians in the Philippines from the recently concluded Philippine Regulation Commission board examination for chemical technicians and for chemists. Okay, so to give information, if you want to become a chemical technician, it's not difficult. You can take also the board exam in chemical technicians as long as you are a graduate of BS Chemical Engineering and also related sciences like BS Biochemistry. And if you want really to notice what's really the requirements, and you'll be able to go to the PRC face-to-face for some pertinent requirements that they will be able for them to push you what are the requirements for that. Okay? Things like that. But for our chemical engineering graduates, you can automatically take chemical technicians because I think and I do believe that some schools in Cebu or the entire schools nationwide in the Philippines doesn't offer separate BS chemical technology. But there are also few schools in the Philippines offers Bachelor of Science in Engineering, major in chemical technology, but it's rare and few only. Okay, I think so, no? That's what I really research, no? Okay, things like that. And congratulations to the percentage passing perfect, no, from the University of San Carlos. Okay, I think that was 44 who passed the chemical technician board examination. Also, my alma mater, CIT, 40 out of 44, no? 4 failed, 40 passed in Cebu Institute of Technology University for chemical technicians board exam. Okay, things like that. Okay, so that would be all. So now we go back to this particular problem because this is also related to BS chemistry, chemical technology or chemical technician job, analyst job, chemical analyst job, or also chemical engineering jobs. So related, microscaling only, right? Okay, in the laboratory. Okay, so we have the question like this. A student adds 6 milliliters of water to 20 milliliters of a 20% alcohol solution. What is the new concentration of the alcohol solution? Okay, so that's our question. Okay, hello world, hello Philippines, I'm coming back. Okay, I'm coming back, Okay, so our main objective for this is to solve for the, okay, what is being asked, the new concentration. So this is our required, required, meaning what is being asked in a particular question, required, no? So this is the new concentration of the alcohol solution, new concentration, or this is also called final concentration, no? Would mean the same thing. Okay, so if this is the case, we should remember the pertinent chemical reactions formula that we have in our general chemistry lecture 1, I think so. So we have here V1 C1 plus V2 C2 is equals to V3 C3. If you can still remember this one, this is very basic, right? And in high school, we have also this kind of chemical formula. If our topic relates to the expressions of concentrations, right? Somewhere along the way. Okay, let's make this clear. V1 C1 plus V2 C2 is equals to V3 C3. So can I have that also? I need to differentiate and articulate. Can we have also mass in replacement of the volume? Yes, but you need to take account the density of that particular element or solution or whatever under consideration. No? Because density is equals to mass over volume, and then you can compute for the volume from that. This is only like exploring what is really referred. I hope that knowledge will be like that. You will not only depend to the general formula. There's still a lot in this. Huh? Okay, in concentration, you can also solve like solubility, whatever. Then you can manipulate also because each quantity, the volume, and the concentration has its own chemical formula. And it's in there. You're going to explore more, according to the law of proportionality, law of direct proportionality, law of inverse proportionality, and the law of partitive proportionality. And this is in the mathematics in the modern world. How we need to be like that, not only limited what is presented by our chemistry teachers. Okay, so now I'm acting as your chemistry teacher, right? Okay, so we have the volume 1. What is your volume 1 here? So let's take into consideration the given. Okay, the given. A student adds 60 liter of water to 20 milliliter. So there is consistency, no? We have milliliter and there's liter, okay? So we need to convert first, or later on you can convert that somewhere along the way in your solution. But I would rather prefer it to convert directly before starting our calculation. But we have the water. So we have water, H2O, right? Okay, and then 60 liter. Okay, 60 liter. Okay, the abbreviation of liter can either be capital L or capital L with small letter I, or it depends on you because it's very obvious also in our problems. Okay, so or whatever designation of your unit of measurement will do, as long as you know how to calculate. Okay, so we have here 20 milliliters of a 28% alcohol solution. No? Alcohol. Okay, what's that? 28% of alcohol solution. In here, guys, this is like somewhat general. We don't know the particular alcohol under consideration. Would it be methyl alcohol or the methanol? Would it be the ethyl alcohol or ethanol? So it's not specified. So you don't have to worry about the weight and the molar mass of that particular alcohol under consideration, because this is so general. So there's no contribution on that, okay, for the molecular weight. Okay, 28% alcohol solution and then 20 milliliters. Okay, by using this equation, can we substitute directly? Yes, because all are given expressed in the compatibility of this general formula, because we have the letters or the letters volume, okay, but we try to substitute now one by one. Okay, V1. So you need to designate which is your V1. So your V1 here, for example, I need water, no? And my V2 will be the alcohol, like that. Okay, so try to express that also in overall material balance, since this is just mixing. Okay, we can say water plus alcohol is equal to the solution. Okay, this is the general formula. Okay, alcohol, okay, is equals to the solution. Okay, solution here would mean also the mixture, huh? Would mean the same. Okay, you get the point. So what's the difference between a mixture and a solution? Okay, get the point, no? Okay, so that would mean the same. Okay, but in a solution limited to solute and solvent, meaning to say there's a solid substance in it. But mixture, sometimes gas and a gas, like that, no? Liquid and a liquid. Okay, that's mixture. You mix two solvents and two liquids, so that's limited. But solution, it's always like, for example, the solute and the solvent, but it would be the same, no? Under consideration, don't confuse your mind, okay? I'm just discussing the subtle difference, the light difference between the two. Okay, got that point? Diba? Okay, so don't focus on that, guys. Solution and measure would mean the same. Okay, things like that. I'm talking with higher chemistry, that's why I incorporated that one. Okay, never mind that one. I say liquid extraction, ternary liquid extraction. So you are combining there all liquids. There's no solid particles like that, no? And so in the gas mixture also. Okay, solution usually refers to the the normal way, like a solid and the liquid, like that, no? Or a particular solvent and another liquid that is so common in nature. Common. You get the point, no? Ganun. Okay. H2O plus alcohol is equal to solution. Ano yun pa? V1, C1 for water. V1 for water. So a student adds 60 liters of water. So that is 60 liters. So 60 liters ang V1 sa water. Okay? What is the concentration of water under consideration? Okay, get the point? What is the concentration of water under consideration? So if you say we have a solution or mixture, x1 plus x2 is equals to 1. So all concentrations with a mixture or solution must be 100%. And 100% is, the fraction of it is 1. Okay? So you take the mole fraction of solute plus mole fraction of solvent. In this case, your solvent will be the water. Okay? And then the solute will be your ethyl alcohol. Most of the times, the water will act as a solvent by default or by normal circumstance. Okay? Things like that. So we will say, what is the mole fraction or the concentration of water in here? You get the point? No. Now, sometimes our common sense will work, but that water, there's no such percent for that. You can never say 20% water, 80% water. There's no such concept in basic education until tertiary education that talks about the percentage of water, because water is pure. So water is pure. So when it is pure, that is unsa man, yung concentration. Okay, get the point, no? Meaning, wala siya'y concentration. So, zero. Okay, get the point? Zero concentration. Okay? Thanks that. So, multiply by zero. So, ano na lang, pasok sa atong brain cells that if water, there's no concentration in it. Unless it's mentioned for hypothetical testing our total comprehension. Because once it really put in the problem, you have no choice. You need to put that in your solution. Okay? So this is only just trying to trick you out also sometimes, no? Just follow what's in the given. But under normal circumstance, percentage of water must always be zero. That's why I multiplied with the zero. This is the concentration of water, zero. Okay? Plus, okay, the volume of the ethyl alcohol to 20 milliliter of 20% alcohol solution. Okay, you need to substitute this 20 milliliter because, guys, when you multiply 60 liters to zero, it will become zero. So you don't have to worry. You don't have to convert 20 milliliters to liters anymore. You get the point? So don't be bothered on that. Okay, so just put the concentration, the volume of the 20 milliliter lang jud siya. So 20 milliliter times concentration niya nga 0.28, no? Okay, so don't be bothered for that, ha? Okay, things like that. Okay, so V2. So atong V1, atong V2 20 milliliters na. Atong concentration sa 0.28, tama ba? Things like that. So V2 sa alcohol, no? V2, then our V3. Namatay V3 ali. So V3 is equals to V1 plus V2. Atong V3, so what is the volume of water? Is 60. Dili na ka mag-convert. Okay. So V3, which V3 means the volume of the solution or the volume of the mixture, which is equals to the volume of the water plus the volume of the solute alcohol. So V1 plus V2. So kisam to itong V1, di ba si at water? Okay, pila man, 60 liters. I-convert ang 60 liters to milliliters, that is chararat, okay, I think 0.06, no? When we divide 60 to 1,000 milliliter, tama ba? Move the to the left. 1, 2, 3. O, di ba? 0.060. Okay? Di ba? When you divide 0, 0, you need to move to the left. Elementary math. And then, if you multiply, you need to add or go to the right. Let's use calculator now because it was long time ago. So let's check, maybe, because I really sure that is 0.060, no? But let's recheck, no? To avoid the doubt. Oh, yes, perfect. 0.06 na siya. So 0.06, no? Okay, milliliter man nato. Atong volume 220 na siya. Okay, compatible unit of measurement. Okay, plus 20 na yun siya, no? So that is 20.06 na siya. So 20.06 na siya. So multiply here. 20.06 B3. Okay, mo na itong B3, no? Dara, B3. Okay. Atong concentration, wala. This is the one being asked. What is the new concentration of the alcohol solution? Okay, get the point now? Then, our V2 is 20 milliliter. It's already there, no? Our concentration 2. Okay, ganun siya, no? Our concentration 2 here. Kinsa man is a 28% alcohol solution. Tanawa ang problem. A student adds 60 ml of water to 20 ml of 28% alcohol solution. So meaning to say, this is the concentration of the ethyl alcohol. So klaro man siya, no? So this is 0.28. Okay, 0 times 0.28. Okay, here. So 0.28. Sa ito pa, we don't have concentration of our solution. Okay, so it can be computed directly, no, by linear equation, no? So this is C3, no, C3, okay, then we have the 20.06 is equal to 20 milliliter times 0.28, pila na siya mga palagingging, 20 times 0.28 mga palagingging, it is 5.6, no? So 5.6, so divide both sides by 20.06, cancel, 20.06. So, pila itong concentration, no? 5.6 divided by 20.06 times 100 is equals to, okay? Muna itong concentration, okay? Diba? And so far for this, okay? So, muna siya, after dividing, you can get the concentration of your solution, okay? So, pila man, 5.6 divided by 20.06. 0.27 and 1 times 100. So we have 28, okay? 28%. 27.9%. Get the point? No? Oo. Ayan concentration. Mara na siya, guys. But if you want also to make that as a liter, no problem also here, ha? In the volume 3, you make also this a liter also. You will say 60 liters plus kanisha. Convert mo ang 20 milliliters to kuan liters of 20 divided by 1,000, no? Is equals to ano siya, no? Okay. Plus 60, no? So 60.02, no? Okay. Ganon siya. Okay, pero kanin siya, imo sa siya convert of liters here. Okay, ang kaning 20 milliliter. So 20.06 ni siya divided by 60.02. 20.06 divided by 60.02 po na siya. Okay, puros, meaning to say, liters and milliliters you use, no? So 20.06 divided by 60.02. Okay? So more na siya. Whether you convert that to liters or milliliters, it will yield the same answer. You get the point? Ganun lang. Okay? Diba? Things like that. So what is the new concentration of the alcohol solution? So C3 siya. Okay. Again, you have the volume of the water, 60 liters, and then alcohol solution, diba? So that is 20 milliliter. Convert to liters to make it parallel, then substitute that here. Okay. Then alcohol is 20 liter also times 0.28 if you want this as a liter. Okay. But milliliters also the same thing. Okay, get the point. This will be the solution for this particular answer. You get the point? Any questions so far for this? Okay? Ganun. Okay? So, any questions so far mga palagingging? Ana-ara. Thank you so much for watching. Okay, this is so simple only because this is only mixing the water and alcohol. But this is in reality, guys, in the production of alcohol, no? Ethyl alcohol. So this is the type of activity we did, no, in the laboratory. You get the point, no, to identify what concentration it is. 65% alcohol, 45% alcohol. Or for example, what is the percentage alcohol I have here, no? This one, ethyl alcohol I have here, live, no? Live discussion. So we have ethyl alcohol here. So this ethyl alcohol can be computed in this way. You get the point? But they don't do the manual anymore because there is a digital, digital device to calculate directly, or let us say, high-tech, no? High-tech mathematical calculation. This is manual computation. Okay? Things like that. So ethyl alcohol. So what is the percentage? 70%. See? 70% solution. So this would mean, if you see in the packaging of an alcohol, 70% solution, this would mean 70% of ethyl in that solution. So basically, 70% ethyl alcohol, 30% ang iyang water nga nahabilin. You get the point, no? Oo. Okay? 70 plus 30 equals to 100%. You get the point, mga ganon-ganon. Okay? Things like that. Shows so 250 ml. So, given na 250 methyl ethyl alcohol. So, compute din mo siya. In this alone. You get the point? Di ba? Things like eliminate 99.99% of germs. Okay. Okay. But in the wine production, that would be another thing also. They don't mention the percentage of alcohol there by percentage, but they mention by proof. You know, proof. So let me remind you that sometimes, it's not really that sometimes, in our board examination before in chemical engineer, okay, 2000, no? I took the board examination in 2000. Okay, so there's one problem, one of the problems there that discuss the proof of a certain beer. Okay, and this proof is not, the proof concept is not discussed very well in your classroom instruction. Only to those people who keep on researching. Then I wonder why this is being mixed. Okay, things like that. But I hope so that in the review it will be catered also. No, things like that. So, what is the percentage of blah 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 in the 80 proof of beer like that? No, so the proof would mean, guys, divided by 2, and that would be the concentration. If the beer will say 80 proof, that would mean 45% only is the ethyl alcohol. I hope we are concerned for that, especially for the students who don't drink alcoholic beverage, or even you are a drunkard or you love to drink alcohol. Sometimes we don't read the packaging. But me as an individual, as a student or as a professional, every time I bought products, I always read the language reflected in the packaging. Okay, the words, the raw materials like that. So I've been doing this for so long now. When I bought products, I really read the raw materials like that, everything. And then if this is too small, sometimes also the packaging of the products are too small. The font, I will never read anymore. But if that is can be seen right away like this, then we can read directly. So this is to be vigilant to the raw materials they try to mix in the beverage or in the food that we eat every day. Parang ganon. Okay? So, and also, you're gonna look also for the calories every time. Okay? So that, for me, that matters a lot. No, I don't know with others also. Okay? So you need to read the words and letters in the packaging of the products you bought. So this is my advice. Because it's in there, you can see, oh, what's happening to the saturated fats, no, things like that, no. So problem. You get the point? You get the point. So mga fats, so makadaot siya sa lawas. Okay, get the point. The same thing also with this, no? Things like that. Ganon siya. Proof would be half of the sa concentration niya. Yung ko nga 90 proof whiskey was next, like that. So you will say 45% in your calculation. Okay? Things like, because traditional books in chemistry did not apply the proof in the problems. You get the point? So let's also be upgraded to our concepts in solving problems. So this is an expression and concentration problem, no? Sa mga ethyl alcohol dito sa fermentation industry, no? Producing wine, beer, whiskey, like that. So na yung mga proof. Proof. Okay? So you can look at in the packaging, whether it's in the front or in the back of the bottle of the beer you bought or any whiskey brand you purchased in the market or from the mall, whatever, no? Para makakompute sa pilay concentration. Okay, get the point? Any questions so far for this? Okay. Anyway, if you try to intake ethyl alcohol, it's also converted to later on going back to glycerol. Okay, you get the point? Things like that, because we don't need ethyl alcohol actually in our system, because ethyl alcohol is an industrial alcohol. You get the point? So the precursor of this ethyl alcohol first is the methyl alcohol. or the methanol, because methanol is a simple industrial alcohol before it will be converted to ethyl alcohol or isopropyl alcohol. So the process of fermentation, it will start first with the methanol yield. Since methanol or methyl under consideration, it's not stable, it still be converted to ethanol or ethyl alcohol later on. Okay, that's why we don't need ethyl alcohol in our system. Get the point? The alcohol being emphasized in our dietitians or nutritionists, this is called the glycerol. Okay, glycerol. Okay, okay, the glycerol, the alcohol of the glycerides or the carbohydrates triglycerides. So this is the simplest alcohol inside our body. That's why, as a human being, even though you will not need to drink beer and wine, you will still be alive. Because we have the alcohol inside our body, which is the glycerol. You get the point? This is aldehyde or aldoses driven alcohol. Glyceride is one type of aldehyde functional group in organic chemistry. Then we're gonna add that with alcohol. So we need to say these are all called hybrid alcohol that can act as another functional group and that can act also as another functional group. In this case, can act as an alcohol and can act also as an aldehyde. That's why aldose alcohol. Si ano? Si glycerol. Get the point? That's why it's not being discussed all over the world, this concept, because the people will no longer drink, and this is business. Since they will believe, okay, there's an alcohol inside our body, we will never drink beer anymore. So it's a loss for the fermentation industries. That's why it will never discuss forever and ever. Amen. It will just be discussed by Engineer Sotero Nepomuceno Jr. in front of you. You can never hear this discussion in another vlog, okay? Because this is really business. If we try to promote glycerol as an alcohol that no need for us to drink, how about the Christian people that will drink alcohol in the party? So meaning to say, this alcohol will not be sold anymore if we promote this discussion. In my vlog, I need to tell the truth. I need to tell the fact regardless of anything, because my account is my personal account. This is not a commercialized account paid by commercial companies or whatever. Okay, this is not an institution account for business. This is my personal account. I can do whatever. So you can hear something that I will expose that you don't know yet anymore. It's my vlog because this is my personal account. I will not be regulated by anybody, even Meta. Even for the extent for Meta, blah, blah, blah. So I'm very strong for that. Okay, I get that point. But sometimes because this advertisers world or monetization world, sometimes they will try to regulate you according to their community guidelines. But this community guidelines also is patterned to the law of Normandy in the cartel group. What is a cartel group? Meaning to say, this is a business of a lot of corporations, and then they're gonna try to link that to the social media and the mainstream media. You get the point? So that's why if you tell the truth and against their will, so the Meta will say restricted, and you don't know why you are restricted. You get the point? Even though the sentence is not subject for restriction sometimes, huh? So because of that, this social media is also part of the business, in the corporate world. It's highly commercialized entities, Ganun, connected siya sa media, mainstream media, social media, ventures, group of businesses, cartel, cartel. You get the point? You get the point. So muna siya netabo, So sometimes I could not be regulated by that. Okay? As long as I need to tell the fact, okay, regarding the science, For example, you are not allowed to mention about the fire. If you will mention fire and there's people die like that, so you will be not allowed to upload because this is violence, ganon. Diba? So you can read the YouTube guidelines. You can never mention also COVID. 19. You will never mention that because once you mention that, you will be restricted. So my point is why we cannot mention that. That is the reality existing nowadays. That's happening in the past. What's the reason why we need to shut off our mouth? Because this is also business, no? Aligned by commercial advertisers. That's why this YouTube, social media, Facebook, TikTok limits us, no? From talking or from expressing our rights also. So it's between your principle and revenues na. Asa ka mo govern. Which you prefer? Principle that can change the world for the better or revenues that can support your own personal life? It's not projecting the entire public. No, you can choose. You can put, and I cannot also stop you from doing that because you want money like that. No, but if you try to care that the humanity, okay, you need to abide by your principle no matter what. Okay, this is very, very true. You get the point? Oh, sometimes there are people that die with their principle. Okay, things like that. I believe in this, no? Strong people die in their principles in life. Hi, Tatay Digong! Things like that. So that is one of the example, no? Very principled man to the extent of dying just because of his countrymen. He don't care about punishment or everything, no? As long as he loves his countrymen, I will die for my countrymen. So this is a heroic character, no? So going back to the times of Jose Rizal, Andres Bonifacio, because this type of character has been declining to the present generation because social media is sprouting. So the moment we will focus on social media, what's being posted there, the character of being a patriotic, that invokes patriotism, and being a hero, meaning epic character, then it will be lost because of the media. Media prefers to be, sent through season, no? Get the point? Meaning you are promoting products from the foreign land. Okay, you are not promoting the local products, no? Di ba? Okay, centrosism. Yung opposite kay ethnocentrism. Okay? Di ba? I forgot to pronounce it very well, no? But I know how to write the spelling. Okay, get the point? Any questions of preferred test? That's too much, no? I'm talking about Araling Panlipunan already. And socio-political issues, no? Okay, thank you so much for watching this. Bye-bye. God bless you later, no? Okay, bye-bye. Thank you so much for watching, Sir Ezra. Okay, Sir Ezra. Okay, hi. You're watching from what country, sir? I think Philippines, right? Okay. Ezra, it could either be a Christian name or no, it's not an Islamic name. Isra, from the word Israel, right? Isra, right? Things like that. Okay, who is this guy? Okay, thank you so much for watching, sir. Bye-bye. God bless everybody. See you later. Okay, things like that. Okay, ganun. Things like that. Okay.